Mark, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you very much for having me.
I want to start with your giving us an overview of your company and your technology.
Sure. So what we do is we make devices for the push-to-talk over cellular industry. Push-to-talk, in a nutshell, is the next generation of two-way radio. And I'm sure that you've seen two-way radio devices on cops, firemen, security guards, construction workers. There are millions of two-way radios in the United States and globally. It's a huge market. It's dominated by a company called Motorola. It's technology that's been around for about 50 years. And it's a $29 billion industry, so it's a very large scale industry. Our technology basically does what that two-way radio system does, only over cellular networks, right? So instead of doing it over a radio network, we do it over a cellular network. It's much more cost effective, it's much more efficient. You're not limited in the area that you have range. So really what we are is the next generation of two-way radio. We think that we're going to be a market leader in that area. As I said, it's a $29 billion industry, so we're going into a massive, massive industry, and we're very excited about our prospects going forward.
So, firefighters, law enforcement, disaster relief
Absolutely,
squads, military,
absolutely,
huge
absolutely.
market.
Transportation. I mean, transportation in itself is a tremendous. Think about every single truck driver that has to be in contact with his dispatch. The way that he does it is with a two-way radio. We want to displace all those two-way radios with our products that are all cellular based.
The old technology is the land-based mobile or the land-based radio. So you need infrastructure. It's more costly. You don't have as good as connections.
Correct.
So you're saving money for your clients, right? I mean, you're saving money. You've got less infrastructure, and you
Yep.
have much better quality on the reception.
Both the CapEx and the OpEx are going to be much lower with push to talk over cellular. You don't have to set up your own network. You don't have to have all the infrastructure that you would have to pay for. And you can have a device which is sitting on an AT&T network, Verizon network, a T-Mobile network. So both the CapEx and the OpEx, the price of the device is also much, much less expensive than a two-way radio device. It's a cellular-based device. So we think that we're onto something. We think that it's going to be a very, very big opportunity for Siyata.
And one of the unique things about your business is that you have channel partners like AT&T.
Right.
And talk to us about that business model and how that works.
So, if we were to go to a large construction company or to a police force or to an ambulance company and say, hey, we're from Siyata and we want to sell you our great push to talk over cellular technology, they probably say, we've been buying from Motorola or from Kenwood for 50 years and we've never heard of Siyata, and that would be a showstopper. We work with some of the largest cellular carriers in the United States. We already work today with AT&T, with Verizon, and we're going to have additional carriers that we're going to be announcing coming up working with us. As you know, we recently put out a press release specifically with our new product that we're going to be selling it through AT&T and FirstNet. FirstNet is AT&T's fully owned subsidiary that focuses on first responders. And we had our device approved at FirstNet after going through a very, very rigorous trial approval. That was not simple at all. So what we do is we leverage our channel partners, which are the cellular carriers, to get to the end customers. And then if we go back to the beginning of the story, it's much easier to go to a police force or a construction company or any company in the United States when you're partnering with the likes of AT&T or Verizon or T-Mobile. And that's really the beauty of the company. We're a small company. We can keep it small, but we're leveraging, $100 billion companies, carriers that are marketing our products. And, we're very excited and very proud to be working with them.
Mark, you recently announced a deal with AT&T for the SD7. Give us some background on that.
We've been working on that deal for about a year. Between marketing and technology reviews that we have with them and getting device approval. To be a small company and a small vendor like us working with a company like AT&T is not trivial at all. I think that the reason that we got to this point is because they're very impressed with our capabilities and our technology. AT&T is one of the largest carriers in the United States. They're going to be marketing this to their first responder customers and to their enterprise customers. AT&T is not in this market to sell a few thousand units. We think that we can sell together with them anywhere between tens of thousands of units to more, which will turn into tens of millions of dollars in revenue, if not more. And we think that this is a huge opportunity for Siyata, and we're very proud to have gotten to this point that we're able to put out a PR together with AT&T, which is one of the largest carriers in the United States.
Mark, you recently announced deals with U.S. Cellular and Verizon for this SD7, this game-changing technology. Give us some color.
So as you know, we announced a few weeks ago also AT&T. So now we have under our belt AT&T, Verizon, and U.S. Cellular. And obviously you're asking yourself, what about T-Mobile? Because everybody asked us that question. We are working to get approval also with T-Mobile. And once that happens, we'll have de facto all of the largest, all the leading carriers, the number 1, 2, 3, and 4 largest carriers in the United States working with us, selling our product and being our channel partner. I think that that says a lot for a microcap company like Siyata. And we believe that these partnerships are going to allow us to really take the company to the next level and drive sales dramatically to get to become a very different company going forward.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
The company's really, as I see it, at an inflection point. Your trailing 12-month trailing revenue is around $8 million, but you just launched this new product, the SD7, and partnered with AT&T and FirstNet. So talk to me about how this technology, which is just a next generation device for first responders, push to talk, how does this change your company? This is a huge market. No one has the technology that you have for this SD7. So give us some flavor on this and how that changes things.
So basically what I want to do, I just want to show you what the device looks like. This is the SD7 that we've been talking about. It looks like a radio and it feels like a radio, okay? But it is all based on a cellular network, okay? This has either an AT&T SIM inside or a Verizon SIM inside, or even both of them. You can have 2 SIMs inside, okay? And it does the exact same thing that you would get out of a Kenwood radio or a Motorola radio or a Harris radio, which costs much, much more than this device, okay? So basically all you have to do is push the button, hey Giddy, can you hear me? And then he will respond to me, okay, the same way.
Loud and clear, Mark.
See, so he basically just responds to me, and it allows you to have two-way connectivity or one person to multiple people to broadcast, but all over a cellular network and not over your radio network.
What's the range on the device?
That's a great question. The range on the device is basically endless. You could be in Washington with one of our devices, speaking to somebody in New York with one of our devices. And unlike a radio network, which is always going to be limited in range, the range on this device is limitless, even more than that. Let's say that you're a truck driver driving from New York to Toronto. You can actually go over the border and still have coverage, right? It's just a data package at the end of the day.
What's the specific market? How big is it for this product alone?
For this product alone, as I said, it's the industry that we're going into is a $29 billion industry. So it's a very, very large scale industry. There are millions and millions of radios just in the United States. And we don't sell just in the United States. We sell, to global carriers. But just in the United States, there are millions of radios that we are working with the cellular carriers to take those radios out of the hands of the people that they're in right now and give them a cellular device. And it's important for you to understand that's the real interest of the cellular carrier, because they're getting a new subscription, okay? They're taking away a radio and giving that worker a cellular device and getting another SIM card into that worker's hands. And that's a very, very big deal for the cellular carriers. So of course it's in our interest, but it's also in the cellular carrier's interest to make sure that this is successful.
What does this new product do for revenue over the next 12 to 24 months? As I said, your revenues were up about 26% in 2021. Fantastic. But what is this product? What could this do for revenue over the next 12 to 24 months?
We think that our revenue is going to be dramatically different than what it's been in the past years, and not just last year, but in the past years. We actually put in one of our filings that from conversations that we've had with customers in the United States, we believe that we'll be able to sell anywhere between $10 to $30 million on an annual basis just of the SD7 product. So as you know, we're starting to sell this product now from Q2. And we think that that's going to affect already our numbers in Q2. And we think that going forward, our numbers are going to go up dramatically based on this new, product that we're selling into the market and the partners that we've been working with and that we're launching with in the coming months.
So right now, the market's valuing your company at a 15 million market cap, and that's really before the launch of this product, which, as I understand it, will dramatically increase revenue. So yes, there looks like there's a very significant potential upside for your shareholders.
We believe that our story is one of the best kept secrets. And we think that once the market understands what we're going after and sees our traction in the market, we think that it will be a very, very different situation.
Who's the superstar on the management team?
I'm happy to say that we don't have one superstar. We have a couple. We have people from the cellular industry. We have people from the radio industry. We do all of our development in Israel, so we have very good technical people. And in general, I'm very proud that we have a very good team. And then people that know both the radio industry and the cellular industry and are able to address both the customers and the technical needs of the customers. And therefore, I think that we've got a very good team at this point.
Are there any analysts covering your stock today?
We are covered by Maxim, and they are the bank that we've been working with, and they've given a much higher price target than where we're at right now.
What is that price target?
I think it's about $4.
$4 and with a buy rating, correct?
Correct.
Excellent, excellent. All right, let's sum it up today. What is the essential value proposition? You sort of covered it throughout the interview, but let's sum it up in a few sentences.
Siyata is at an inflection point. We're going after a $29 billion market that there's not a lot of competition with our new technology in the push-to-talk over cellular area. We're launching our products with multiple carriers, the largest carriers in the United States, starting from this quarter and going forward. We'll be launched with most of the major carriers throughout the United States. They will be selling our products to their customers. And they don't sell thousands of devices. They sell anywhere from tens of thousands of devices to hundreds of thousands of devices. And that would translate into tens of millions of dollars in revenue for us, if not more. Therefore, I think that at a $15 million market cap, we're completely under the radar. And I think that this company is going to be in a very different place between now and the end of the year.
Mark, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you very much, Dave. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.